What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Heading into day 7 of the 12 days of anime. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Baccano. So let's get this started. Okay, while I have seen Baccano, it is very hard for me to actually explain the premise of Baccano because so many things happen in this anime, which I will get to in a bit. So for a better understanding of the plot, I'm just gonna read off the summary of what Baccano is all about on IMDb. So yeah, here we go. Alright. In the year 1711, a group of alchemists are granted an elixir of immortality with the stipulation that they must kill each other until there can only be one. The now immortal group unanimously decides it wasn't worth it and destroys the elixir, but one of them, named Slizzard Quates, starts to kill off his fellow immortals. To reduce the risk of Quakes tracking them all down, the group separates and goes their separate ways. Neither of them crosses paths again until 1930. Manhattan, when Quates manages to create a new elixir of immortality. However, he loses it and ends up going around town, taking to be a bottle of alcohol and unknowingly drunk by many residents. The drinkers of this new elixir include Isaac Miria, an eccentric pair of thieves, the Gondor brothers, a mafia family, and their associates in the Camorra, the Martillos, who employ some of the original immortals. Now, not only are a new group of immortals created, but the simmering criminal underworld is now about to explode. So yeah, just judging by that summary right there, you're probably like, what? You know, because this anime, it's so good, but it's just so confusing. I mean, like, if anybody has seen my live reactions to this series, just go check them out, because especially in the earlier parts of the episodes, you're going to be like, what? Like, you know, just seeing my expressions, you start to feel for me, because you were probably the same way as I was when I started watching Baccano. And you know, it's a series that it isn't for everybody. Let's be honest here. It isn't for everybody because of, I mean, it is slow-paced in the beginning. I will admit that. But not only that, but because so many things are spread out, you're going to want to drop the series. And, you know, even I felt that, you know what, I should probably just drop the series because it was just so much confusion, you know, and I didn't know how I really felt about the series. But I didn't drop it, I just put it on hold, and that's when I did my Durarara live reactions. And then I later came back to it after I finished Durarara, and I started to understand more of the later episodes, and it just made it all the more enjoyment for me, much more better. Also, speaking of Durarara, did you know that the Durarara light novel series is actually created by the same author who did the Baccano light novel series? I mean, that is just so awesome. I mean, the artist, the writer Ryogo Narita, like, no wonder I love his stories. No wonder I love Durarara, and no wonder I love Baccano. You know, they are really good stories. Of the two, I personally prefer Durarara, but that is just me. Now, I'm not saying that this anime is bad by any means. It is just very slow in the beginning, and it's so complex that even though there might be people out there who might get things quicker than others, especially me, you know, you will be confused at one point in this anime, at least once, you know. I mean, come on. You know, this anime is not that easy to figure out. It is one, and you know, this anime is far from being bad, like I said before. It is one of, you know, when the golden age of anime was here, like, this was the series that actually made anime worth watching. You know, not the type of stuff that we have now. Not that the type of stuff we have now is bad, it's just like, when it comes to old anime, you really can't go wrong. Maybe down the line I will eventually make a video on what I think about today's anime compared to the old generation of anime, but right now we're talking about Baccano. You guys want to know if this series is actually worth watching. with Baccano, while it does have a confusing plot, and while it is slow at the beginning, what really makes Baccano is the writing that is done behind the story and the characters within the series. Because what the writer of this series does, Ryogo Narita, what he does with his characters in the series of Baccano is that he makes them all likable. And, you know, while they might not have the same amount of screen time as other characters do, still, you really sympathize with these characters and actually really come to enjoy them. Like, my favorite of the bunch of characters that are introduced in Durarara is easily Isaac and Miria. Isaac and Miria, they, you know, they are not the most serious characters within this anime whatsoever. They, in fact, are the stupidest characters that you will come across in any anime, just on the actions alone that they do. But they are so funny. I love Isaac and Miria. They just make this anime so much more worth it to watch. And while this series does have a confusing plot, like I've said before numerous times, you know, all of these episodes that you will experience in Durarara, they are very episodic in the beginning. And there are even arcs in the series where each episode focuses on a specific character. And later down the line, you later start to figure out that all of these characters are actually connected to the other characters within Baccano. And all of these episodes form into one major overarching story, which then explains everything there is to be explained about the series, how certain events happen here and there. But then again, at the same time, you still have questions for the series because not everything is explained, and that is when you have to resort to the light novel. What just frustrates me the most is that we are just now getting these series translated officially, you know, and Yen Press is doing a wonderful job at that. They are doing a wonderful job at translating all of these series and whatnot, but I'm just saying, like, I'm really surprised that they weren't released at a later time, because I mean, Baccano came out in 2007, the first season of Durarara came out in 2010. You know, it's really surprising because these light novel series are already done in Japan, and they are just now coming to the States, you know, and have an official translation. I mean, you could say that I could actually, if I want more of the series, I could go online and try to find fan translations, but then it's like, one, I have to stare at a computer screen for the majority of, you know, reading the novel, you know, and when it comes to me, I do not want to read a novel, me looking at a computer screen online. Like, that ain't gonna happen. Manga is a different story because it's really quick like that. But when it comes to a novel, do you really expect me to do that, you know? And I'd rather have a official translation rather than a fan translation. Sure, there might be good translators out there, but I would rather have an official translation. I mean, I'm going on a little bit of a rant here, but the reason why I say all this is because as someone like me who experienced Baccano and loved the series, while I love the series, there are still many questions I have about the series, and also I think it would be better for me if I experienced the light novels. It would help me understand the beginning on how Baccano started out, because like I said, in the anime, while it could start off the same way in the light novels, the anime, how it was done, it just really confused the beginning parts of Baccano for me as a whole. I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I think I'm going to have to get the original source material and, you know, read upon that, and hopefully it will give me a better understanding of Baccano than the anime ever could. While I love the anime, while the anime was really done very nicely, as I said before, I still have many questions, and I just want to experience, like, if there's anything new in the light novels that the anime completely skipped that the actual light novels have in the the series. It's just something that I think is needed when it comes to Baccano, because Baccano, you have to get every little detail or else you are going to be completely confused. And even upon finishing this series, I was still completely confused. Overall, this anime is definitely an enjoyable ride. You guys definitely have to check this series out. I mean, if you have seen Durarara, you are more than likely to end up enjoying this series, because it is done by the same creator who made Durarara. So yeah, definitely check out this series when you have the time. It is an amazing series. Just be prepared that it is slow in the beginning and that it is confusing, and you really have to pay attention to some parts, or else you are not going to end up getting what happens in the next episode, So yeah, definitely watch out for that. Sorry about that. This video was a little bit longer than usual of my 12 days of anime series, but when it comes to Baccano and when it comes to Durarara, because I know I will be talking about that in eventually probably tomorrow, the next day of the 12 days of anime. Like, when it comes to these two series, there is just so much to talk about, because especially Baccano, because there is so much going on. So yeah, sorry about the long length of this video, guys, but there was a lot on my mind for this series, and I guess like the longer my videos are on a specific subject, the more I actually show that I really did enjoy this. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Baccano in the comments down below, and who's your favorite character. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to stay updated to my future content, then hit the red subscribe button below, and you'll never miss a video from me. That about does it for the video, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Catch you guys next time.